Our Heavenly Father, we also pray for the pandemic that is sweeping our country now. We pray for everyone who is sick and in the hospital and has been affected by it, or has had some relative pass away from it. We ask you to protect the cast, place on all of our parents and our children that are in our county that might be affected by this. We also pray for our first responders and our military that also protect our country. We also ask for your protection for our national leaders, our state leaders, and our local leaders. We ask all these things in our name. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, do we have any announcements from, the board, Mr.
Yeah.
The only thing I would say,
Accidentally.
going by several schools, I really appreciate all of the hard work and stuff that teachers and our other staff members are doing. Our school is keeping really close. They seem to be very dedicated about getting there to do the job, and I certainly appreciate that.
Foster?
No.
Okay. Ms. McDade?
Yes, I would like to publicly thank Mr. Anderson and Mr. Scarborough, as well as Ms. Renee Phillips for joining me on Thursday when we met with Dunbar parents. We had a great meeting with them. We had some great discussions. They shared with us their concerns, and our supervisory committee shared with them what we were doing, what we were implementing, and what we were putting in place to receive the children this fall. So thank you.
Mr. Hartwell?
No, sir, thank you.
Okay. At this time, we'll have the approval of the minutes.
Move approval for the previous minutes.
Second.
Move proper second approve the minutes. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carried. We will have the agenda adoption.
So moved.
Second.
Proper second, we will approve the agenda. And our minutes, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Do we have any announcements? Okay. We have reports and recognitions.
Yes, we have one. Can I call forward Board President Dr. Reginald Crenshaw and Lieutenant Colonel Robert Frank Barrow. Mobile County Public Schools has the top JROTC Director of Army Instruction in the entire United States. Lieutenant Colonel Robert Frank Barrow received this distinction from Major General John R. Evans, Jr., the Commanding General for the United States Army Cadet Command. This award recognizes not only the fine work Lieutenant Colonel Barrow does in Mobile County, but his leadership on the state and national levels. He is a past president of the JROTC section of the Alabama Association of Career and Technical Education, past chairman of the U.S. Army Cadet Command JROTC Program Advisory Committee, past president of the South Alabama chapter of the Military Officers Association of America, and the current president of the Alabama Association of Career and Technical Education. Lieutenant Colonel Barrow spearheaded the creation of the week-long JROTC STEM Leadership Academy, which received a multi-million-dollar grant from the National Science Foundation and is now being replicated across the country, as well as VEX Robotics. He has also been a leader in fitting JROTC under the Career and Technical Education umbrella statewide, incorporating STEM and engineering education with the traditional military curriculum. We are so fortunate to have you. Congratulations.
Tim, they always get nervous, they clap for themselves. Lieutenant Colonel Robert Frank Barrow, we want to let you know how proud we are of you. We want to let you know if you have any plans to retire soon, we will not approve. But I've been knowing him for a long time. Man has a pleasing personality. He's always smiling, and he really motivates young people. That's what's important, that he actually motivates those young people that he's commanding. So on behalf of the Mobile County Public School System, I'd like to present this award to Lieutenant Colonel Robert Frank Barrow, Junior ROTC Director of Army Instruction of the Year for Candidate Command. Congratulations. This is one heck of a award here, and we want you to keep up the good work and win again. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, sir. I'm usually loud enough to not need that, but this recognition is not just for Frank Barrow, it's for this district, and the leadership that we have in this district. Predecessor in this peak, Mr. Threadgill, my boss, Mr. Luton, and support of the board. Mobile County has it going on, if you did not know that. This past year during the COVID pandemic, this district still continued to march on and teach our young people and provide them opportunities. I got back home last night from Washington, D.C., attending the Program Advisory Committee for U.S. Army Cadet Command. And I talked to my colleagues that are at different places around the nation. They were unable to do hardly anything this year because of COVID. But because of the way our leadership approached it, we were still able to have a tremendous impact on our young people. I'm very passionate about it. I'm always a rattler. Ms. McDade and I had the pleasure of working together for 11 years, or I did, working with her at LaFleur High School. I love this school district. I'm a product of this school district. I'm a former JRTC high school cadet from John Shaw High School, which is now Clark Shaw Magnet School. So if you don't get outside of Mobile County in the state of Alabama, please know that this district leads the nation in so many areas, and that's what this award is about. Not Frank Barrow, but what this district does. Thank you so much for the recognition.
Thank you, Frank.
Okay, at this time, we will go to the agenda. We don't have any decision. No. Let's go to the agenda. Action item.
Okay, action item, we need to add one. Action item G20. G20. It's the architect's selection of various projects. We have for Causey Middle School, the re-roof of GMC. We have Spencer Westlawn, the fire alarm system, Zitto and Russell. We have Craighead Elementary School, re-roofing, all red architects. So that's an added item of G20.
Right?
All right, starting off with G1. I'll wait for a second. Okay, you good? Okay. Action item G1, the agreement between Mobile County Public Schools and Point Academy, a bed count to provide a comprehensive educational rehabilitation program for nonviolent adjudicated at-risk students. That's coming out of federal funds for $2,080,195. That's action item G1. I ask that you approve action item G1.
What's the pleasure of the board?
Mr. Chairman, since we have had a work session and we have vetted these except for the one that Mr. Threadgill brought up, I move for approval action items G1 through 15.
I second.
Moving proper second, that we approve action item G1 through 15 in our readiness. All in favor, vote by sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the motion carried.
All right, action item G16 is with the Mobile County Commission with Callaway Smith Middle School. Is to go towards an installation of new carpet in the on-campus media center. Again, that's Mobile County Commission funds. Amount is $9,559.51. I ask that you approve action item G16.
Mr. Chairman,
Dr. Foster?
I move approval of 16 through 19, and we leave 20 out, so it can be explained and discussed if necessary. So 16 through 19 on the agenda. Approval.
Second.
Moving properly second, we approve item 16 through 19.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, in unreadness, all in favor, vote by sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried.
All right, action item G20, architect selection of various bids. Again, we have Causey Middle School, GMC. We have Spencer Westlawn, the fire alarm, Zito and Russell. And for Craighead Elementary, re-roof, All Red Architects. I ask that you approve action item G20.
What's the pleasure of the board? Motion to approve.
Second.
In unreadness, all in favor, vote by sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried.
All right. Action item G21, Sims Middle School chiller replacement. We had 2 bids. We took the lowest bidder of JLS International for $66,900. That fund source is insurance money. That's action item G21.
Mr. Chairman,
Dr. Foster?
move approval of items 21, agenda items 21 through 34.
All right, get a second? Second. Move properly second, that we approve action item 21 through 34 in unreadness. All in favor, vote by sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposers? Motion carried. Before we leave those action items, anybody here from facilities?
No, they're at a conference in Baldwin County.
Do we know what the status of the roof at Mobile County Training School? I know there was some damage during the last hurricane. Was that repaired?
I'm not sure, but I can check on it. Mobile County Training. All right.
And then the locker room back area back there.
In Mobile County Training?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You check on both of those folks.
All right.
Okay. We go to the consent agenda.
All right, to the consent agenda, H1 is crisis prevention to provide a 21-hour instructor certified program in nonviolence crisis intervention training for 11 people. That's for coming out of federal funds for $5,000.
What's the pleasure of the board?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
move for approval items, the consent agenda items H1 through H10.
All right. We have a second?
Second.
Move that we approve consent agenda consent agenda item 1 through 10. In unreadness, all in favor, vote by sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried.
H11 is Deerfield Media, is to have the rights to have games over our broadcast system for all our football games. That's 2021 high school football season. That's Deerfield. There will be a donation of $250 per school.
Okay. What's the pleasure of the board?
Move approval for number 11, the Deerfield Media.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Move properly second that we approve consent item 11. In unreadness, all in favor, by sign of aye.
Doc, I have a question. I just
Yeah.
want to make sure, did they fulfill those agreements from last year?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. We've never had any issues with them.
okay.
Yep.
Okay, next item.
H12 is out-of-county travel, and H13 is various bids.
What's the pleasure of the board on action, consent item 12 and 13?
Move for approval.
Second.
Moved and properly second that we approve consent item 12 and 13 in unreadness. All in favor, by sign of aye.
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 Opposed, motion carried.
What was 11?
Student expulsions.
Student expulsions, I believe you have I1 through 12, which is listed under separate cover.
All right, what's the pleasure of the board?
Motion to approve.
Give a
Second.
second. Moved properly second, we approve student expulsions 1 through 12 in unreadness. All in favor, by sign of aye.
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 Opposed, motion carried. Okay, information purposes. We got the monthly financials and purchase orders 5,000 and over. Just put that matter of record. Mr. Attorney, do you have any items?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, we have 2 agreed-to suspensions. Commissioner Harwell would like to discuss those in executive session.
Okay, can you get a motion second to go to
I
executive
so
session?
move for
how
executive
long?
session.
Before we go to motion, before we do that, on 11, I had a question. I don't know if we voted on 11. Did we vote on 11?
No.
Actually, you talking about the consent?
Yes, sir.
We did vote on it.
Okay, that's making sure.
Yeah, we did. You mean action item G11?
No.
Consent.
Consent.
Yeah,
Consent.
we just voted on it.
Consent, we voted on that.
Yeah, we voted on the consent.
I don't
Okay.
think
No, that's making sure.
I'm so appreciative.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes,
I
sir.
move that we go into executive session to discuss this issue.
We have an estimated length of time,
I would say 10 or 15 minutes.
okay, for 15 minutes. All in favor by sign of aye.
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 Opposed, motion carried. We go into executive session, discuss personnel matter for 15 minutes, and we will return. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. This time, what's the disposition of the personnel matters so recommended by our attorney?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we accept the recommendation from the attorney about this particular case.
Could I get a second?
Second.
We will probably second that we accept the recommendation of the attorney on the said case discussed in executive session. In readiness, all in favor by sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Mr. Stringfellow, you have anything?
No, sir.
Dr. Foster?
Yeah, just an observation and, for public consumption. I noticed that, the previous week, the previous 7 days before this last week, we had about, I don't know, much less than we have this time. Our rolling average this time was over 200 COVID cases per day, so about 1,500 in the last week. And just kind of an observation now that school is about ready to get started.
Okay. Ms. McDade? Mr. Hartwell?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Superintendent, you have anything?
Yes, just to give you the heads up, we still have some personnel matters that we need to take care of, so we may be scheduling a special call board meeting, but I will let everybody know
Okay.
that date.
Okay, all right. Let me say for the record, and I don't know whether he'd mind me saying this, but I'm gonna say it out of the compassion of my heart. We want to keep the superintendent in our prayers. He lost his grandmother, 91 and 92 years old, this weekend. And he has a father that's very, very, very ill also. So he has a lot going on in his family, and I want to let him know we're praying for him. And we want to make sure that you understand that the board is indeed behind you and you're in our prayers.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, can we get a motion to adjourn?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
well, I'd like to ask Mr. Hack, we have some hearings on Thursday. How many do you anticipate?
Somewhere between 1 and 4.
That's a heck of a range.
We're real close on settling a couple. It's more a matter of placement, you know. So the lawyers have represented that we think that they think it's going to go. I just didn't get a chance this morning to touch base with
Okay.
the board meeting, but I know there's going to be at least one at 9, and there might be up to.
Well, we will start that session, those hearings at 9 a.m.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Ms. McDade, you have anything? Okay, motion to adjourn.
So moved.
It's second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried.